This video is going to show you how to navigate the main learning tool in your math class, which is Savvas Realize, and it was Pearson, and now they've rebranded. So first off, this is what the home screen looks like, and there should be a link on your teacher's Canvas page that should take you to this page. And what we're going to do is sign in. There's going to be accounts already made for you. And our username is going to be your student email. It's basically going to be your usual login that you use to log into your Chromebook. So our username is going to be last name, first name, at students.dps170.org. And then your password is going to be capital D, Duke, capital D-U-K-E, and then your lunch code. I'm just going to put in, I put in for this account 12345, but you're going to put in your lunch code or your student ID, however you want to think of it. And then this is important because some people mess this up. You do not want to click on this button. This takes you to a completely different tool, completely different program. You want to click sign in. Now sometimes it takes a while to load, so if you have trouble loading, then try going to the main home page and signing in again. If it's loading for more than a minute, then you probably just want to try rebooting it and getting it signed in again. Now, the main place that you're going to go to get to all of your assignments and materials is going to be classes. So you're going to click on classes, and I have an assignment that I've created. Now, it should show you what assignments you haven't started yet, what assignments you're in progress of doing, and what assignments you've done. It's also going to show when it's due. This one's due on Friday night. And so you're going to click on that assignment. And we can get started. So here are the questions. You'll see it has 5 questions. Anytime we can review our progress and see how far we are, how many questions there are, what we've answered, what we haven't. I'll come back to this at the end. But if we go back to our question here, there are 2 different ways. Let's say you're stuck on a problem. Let's say we read this question and we're not sure what to do. There are 2 different ways that we can get help. And that is help me solve this and view an example. So let me talk about what each of those do. Help me solve this is going to take you step by step through the question. It's going to ask you kind of guiding questions that will lead you step by step along the way and get you to the final answer. Then it's going to give you a new question that's very similar. The numbers are changed, the answer is going to be different, and you'll have to do it on your own. View an example is going to, just like it says, it's going to show you an example. So it's, instead of it taking you through the process of solving that particular question, it'll show you a similar example worked out that you can then hopefully use to guide you along and give you a clue of how to do it. So you can use whichever tool is going to help you the best. So as we type in our answer, notice that there's little tools along the bottom if we need to put our answer in a certain format. Then we can check our answer. And we got it right. So we can go on to the next one. Now, keep in mind that some of these questions are multi-part questions. There's like a part A, B, and C. And the way those work is that it'll tell you 2 parts remaining. That means that we're going to be, this is the first part, and we're going to be putting in 3 different answers as we go along. So once we put in our answer, we can check our first answer, but we're not done because we need to keep going. 53, 54, 55. That was asking what are the 3 numbers in a row that add up to 162. Next question. Now, another thing that I want to point out here is that in blue on all of these, it's going to ask for a certain format of your answer. So, for example, on this one, type an integer or a simplified fraction. So it wants a whole number or a fraction. If it takes a decimal, it's going to tell you no because the directions asked for a fraction. So make sure you pay attention to what type of answer it's looking for. Now keep in mind that you might also see questions that ask you to put your answer in a completely different format. It might be multiple choice, it might be fill in the blank. This one has you selecting multiple answers. So let's say I think the answer is B and C, and I can check and say, no, that's not right. Now when you get it wrong, then it'll give a little sentence or two that might push you in the right direction. It gives kind of an outline of what might have happened and can maybe push you back in the right direction. Here's a question, for example, that has a lot of different things going on in it. It has drop-down answers where we kind of finish the sentence by filling in the blank, and then it also has answers where we put in numbers, the directions ask us to simplify our answers, and there's a part left in there. So make sure you're looking through and checking out every single piece of what you need. Now, as I said before, you can go back and review your progress at any time. So you can see how far you are, what questions you might have skipped and come back to, which questions you're still missing. And you can go to View Question to jump to that specific question. Now, this is important. Submit my work. This button will finalize and lock in everything that you've done. So you can go back and try something as many times as you want and keep going through and keep practicing problems and go back and make corrections later. You can log out and log back in and come back to it if you're halfway done before. But once you hit submit, you cannot go back. So if you're hitting submit, make sure you've got everything done and correct and the way you want it to look, and then you can hit submit. That's all for now, and don't worry, we'll guide you more through the process as the year goes on, but this should hopefully get you logged in and set up and started so that you at least know where to go.